again to Mustard Tempered Dreams. I am Neha and today we are making one of India's favorite breakfasts, idlis, and we are going to serve it with a delicious coconut chutney. Being a South Indian, idlis were a staple in our home. I grew up eating my mom's softest and fluffiest idlis. What a perfectly healthy breakfast idlis are. They are so light and yet so filling. And being fermented, they are packed with vitamin B12 and that means they are a boon for your gut health. Though very easy to make, idlis require a little bit of a day before prep, which involves making and fermenting the batter. So let me show you what I did yesterday so that I can have my idlis today.
So yesterday in the morning, I took 2 cups of parboiled or idli rice. You can also use any other variety of short grain white rice like Sona Masuri. So I thoroughly washed the rice 3 to 4 times and then left it to soak in water for 6 to 7 hours. Next I took 1 cup of urad dal or skinned black gram. To it I added 1/4 teaspoon of fenugreek seeds. Again I thoroughly washed the urad dal 3 to 4 times and then left it to soak in water for 6 to 7 hours. After 7 hours of soaking, the rice and the dal were ready to be ground into our idli batter. First I drained and added the rice into the blender jar with 3/4 cup of water. Then I ground the rice into a thick yet smooth batter, making sure that the batter is not too runny. Then I took out the rice batter into a separate pot. Next, I added the urad dal into the same blender jar with 3/4 cup of water and then ground it into a smooth, thick batter. Then I poured the urad dal batter on top of the rice batter. Here you'll notice that the urad dal batter is much more thicker than the rice batter. Into this, I added a teaspoon of salt and started mixing both the batters together with my hand. I mixed this thoroughly with my hand for at least 5 to 7 minutes to incorporate some air into the batter. Mixing the batter with your hand also helps to kickstart the process of fermentation. After mixing the batter thoroughly, I'm going to leave it in a warm place to ferment overnight. Because I live in a cold country, I usually keep my batter in the oven with its light on.
Okay, so now our batter has been fermenting overnight for more than 12 hours. Let's bring it out and see what's happening. Alright, let's open and have a look. This batter looks perfectly fermented.
When the batter is properly fermented, you'll notice some bubbles on the surface of the batter. Depending on the climate, you might also notice some rise in the batter. The batter usually tends to rise much more in hot or tropical climate.
Another indication of a perfectly fermented batter is its smell. Your batter should smell a little sour and boozy. And this batter smells like it's perfectly done. Now let's go make those hot idlis. But before that, let's get our chutney ready.
To make the coconut chutney, I'm going to start by adding 2 green chilies and half a shallot in my blender jar. Next, I'll add in a handful of fresh cilantro and a cup of freshly grated coconut. If you're using frozen coconut, make sure to completely thaw it at room temperature. Then I'm going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of tamarind water. Next, I'm going to add some salt to taste and about half to 3/4 cup of water. You can add more or less water depending on the consistency of the chutney you prefer. Now I'm going to grind this chutney till it becomes smooth. This looks absolutely perfect. Now let's make some tempering for this lovely coconut chutney. I'm going to start by heating a tablespoon of oil in my tempering pan. Then I'll add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds, and as they begin to splutter, I'll add 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds. I'll follow it with a pinch of hing and 5 to 6 curry leaves. Then I'll add 1 dry red chilli and 1/4 teaspoon of split urad dal. Now I'll immediately pour this sizzling tempering on top of the coconut chutney. Our beautiful coconut chutney is now ready.
Now that our coconut chutney is ready, let's get to making those idlis. Now for making idlis, here I have my idli rack. Now you cannot possibly make idlis without one of these. You can find some really great idli racks in almost any Indian supermarket, or you can even order it online. The next thing you're going to need is a big pot like this one to steam the idlis. The pot has to be big enough to fit the idli rack.
To make the idlis, I'll separate the individual molds and grease them with a little bit of oil. Then I'll pour about 2 to 3 tablespoons of batter in each mold. I'll fill all the molds and carefully stack them on top of each other. To steam the idlis, I've added some water into the pot. I've also placed a flat bowl in the center on which I'm going to place my idli rack. This will make sure that the boiling water doesn't come in contact with the batter. Now I'm going to steam the idlis on high heat exactly for 10 minutes. Wow, these idlis look perfect. Now let's bring them out and unmold them carefully. I'm going to gently unmold these idlis with the help of a spoon. When the idlis are perfectly steamed, they come out very smoothly without any resistance. Just look at these pillowy, soft and fluffy idlis. Serve it with that gorgeous coconut chutney and you have the perfect breakfast, or for that matter, any meal.
Alright, now let's taste these beautiful idlis. Not only are these idlis delicious, they are soft and fluffy just like my mom's. And that chutney? Oh my god, you have to try it. Don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to Mustard Tempered Dreams. See you next time. Bye!